the island of Rhodes, the star of the Greek archipelago, the jewel of the Dodecanese, nestled here within the bosom of the South Aegean Sea. Proudly referred to by the native Greeks as the Island of the Knights, this home to one of the seven wonders of the ancient world is where I today am here to ride. The CF Moto 800 MT. Yes, a Chinese bike. And not a Chinese bike as you'd imagine. It ain't a bag of crap. First of all, it's actually a KTM motor. It's the motor from KTM 790 Duke or the 790 Adventure. Can't actually get this bike in the UK or Ireland. It is due to come out, I think, around the end of June. They've been on sale in Europe for a few months, also around Asia, Australia, New Zealand. This one is brand new. This was just registered this week, so I'm the first person to take it out properly. It is appealing for the mid-range ADV market, the likes of the Tiger 800, or Tiger 900, the GS 900, KTM's own Adventure 890. But it's undercutting them by quite a lot of money. Probably around, it's estimated it's going to be hitting the UK at around £9,800. This is the touring model. There is a lower spec model called the Sport. It has got 5-spoke alloys, and basically this one has the spoked alloys, the bash bars, crash bars, sump guard, has a quick shifter up and down, and also comes with a massive load of luggage. There's 2 side panniers and a top box, all aluminium. So you get that for your extra grand. Are you skimping on anything? Well, it has the KTM motor, the KTM 790 motor, making 95 horsepower, so it's making the same amount of power as the GS and the Tiger, in around that ballpark. It has KYB suspension, it has Bosch electronics, so it has the cornering ABS, traction control. This thing has cruise control, heated grips, heated seats, great Maxxis tyres on. So as far as tech or spec, they're not skimping around there. On where you are skimping on the money is the brakes. J Juan. I'd never heard of them before. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, initially when I saw it written down, I thought it was a Chinese brand, J Juan. That's what I thought. It's a Chinese bike, you know, kill me. But I looked it up and it's actually a Spanish brand. So it's Juan, not Juan. It's Juan. J Juan or Hui Juan. It's Spanish. And these brakes this manufacturer was bought out by Brembo last year. So on paper, I'm looking at this. I'm looking at KTM, KYD, Bosch, Brembo. This thing is going to be a beast. This thing could shake the market up, that mid-range ADV market. But it does have its failings. Lovely throaty roar out of this. One other thing I've kind of found on this, I don't know, is it the fueling? But maybe when we go out on the more open road, it seems to kind of cut out like there's some sort of a rev limiter. So yeah, when you shut off the throttle, hard acceleration, and you shut off the throttle, or just let off the throttle, the big engine lets out a big chug, splutters. Oh, I'm having fun. This is a bit of a nutter. Steering is still a little bit too light, but I'm kind of getting used to it now. The engine is a stonker. It's accelerating more than there's plenty more in it than I'm giving it. And again, the suspension is cracking it, just as you just saw that pothole there, no problem at all. The brakes are shocking though. Oh, Christ, the brakes aren't. They're shite. I don't even know what the speed limit is here. I'm pretty sure it's not 140 kilometers an hour though. So there's that fueling again. This will easily pop wheelies, easily. I can't do wheelies. Well, not anymore. I've run out of bottle. But you can feel it. It will lift the front, not a bother. Okay, see, this is in mid-corner there. You see, there's a shunt again, a fueling again. It doesn't inspire a huge amount of confidence. And in that long sweeping right-hander, it is getting windy. These brakes are shite. Now what was that about? So quick shifter didn't like that. Wouldn't let me shift twice there. I had to do it manually. What is with this fueling? That quick shifter doesn't like that at all. So, you know, I might just give up on it. Oh, the brakes are shocking. These roads are lovely. Hello, police officer. Hello, goat. Woo-hoo. We're still going, we're still going. Oh, bumpy. Oh, jeez, these brakes are shite. Jesus, wind and shit brakes. Gravel, I love you, gravel. Right, I think the fueling issue is, you see there again, is fighting back against the brakes. It's getting a bit annoyed that the brakes have been deemed the worst part of this bike. Fueling is trying to say, no, 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 I'm worse. I'm more shit than you. And the steering damper's just sitting back saying, amateurs. Bumpy roads, take me home to the place where I belong on a CF Moto, all the way from China. Take me home, bumpy roads. Where are you going there, missus? Oh, you hear that? Chugging away, no idea what to do with itself. This is a great engine otherwise. I mean, it's a stonking engine. There is something wrong with the fueling on this bike. I don't know, is it a KTM issue or is it an issue with CF Moto themselves with their own engine mapping? I don't know. It's annoying as hell. It just shudders, chucks, just spits. It's annoying. It's annoying as hell. The other thing as well, which is the brakes. Brakes are shocking. I'm sorry, Mr. Juan, and I don't know what Brembo is going to be doing with you, but the brakes are awful. They are the worst part of this bike. It was kind of tossing back and forth. Is it the fueling, the constant shutting out, or was it the brakes? And I think after it all, it's the brakes. A couple of other bits and pieces. The side stand. Jesus. Yeah, you need to be completely flat or on an incline going up. I mean, and even flat, I'm not confident with it. And I kind of stopped and I went, just at one point, about an hour ago, and I'm like, okay, I don't like this. Surely it can't be designed this badly. Maybe it's just a different design and it is designed to hold it. And I kind of got off the bike and what happened? It started going forward. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, because, you know, it's not my bike. And I have a massive deposit fecking on this thing. So, yeah, I'm taking no chances on that. The side stand is shite. I'm going to go get have a bit more of a spin on this now. I might find some gravel, I don't know. I'm following Google Maps. we'll see how it goes. It's not the most riveting review in the world, but you know, if you email me at the details below, I'll give you a full refund. Cyclists. Oh, mammals are everywhere. Middle-aged men in Lycra. I am enjoying this bike though. Failings aside. Well, over 100 miles an hour there, boys and girls, and that was nice and easy. Oh, wind, Jesus, the wind. Clip the apex. Oh, daddy. Oh, it's just getting windy. Getting windy up here, boys and girls. Oh, brakes shite. Oh, back end just skipped up there. Okay, this doesn't feel great, I'll be honest with you. It could be the tyres. I'm not even going to risk anymore. This is nothing. Okay, no, this is shite. This ain't my bike. There's no off-road traction control on this. There's literally sport and rain. Well, that was the height of my off-roading on the CF Moto 800 MT. If you want me to test it properly, CF Moto, loan me a bike that I don't have to put a security deposit down on. And I'll be more than glad to hoon it around wherever you see fit. But today, it ain't happening. Okay, so I've eaten in here. I don't know where I am, to be honest with you. Healthman's live lobster. I didn't eat lobster because I don't eat meat, fish and stuff like that. So I had baked feta cheese with hot peppers and something, and chips and garlic bread. So she's still ticking along. Pretty enjoying it. As I said, just those couple of... Sorry, I just farted there. Oh, you know I'm a professional, don't you? You know I'm a professional. Brilliant bike. Hopefully you've seen some of the footage. It can hustle. It can hustle. The engine is a stormer, apart from the again fueling issues, and the suspension is cracking. The tyres on the road are spot on. Off the road, I don't even want to go there because it freaked the shit out of me. So I suspect it's probably down to the tyres, but because it shouldn't have been that bad. But the brakes are shite. The brakes are probably the worst. So I keep dotting between the brakes. Are the brakes the worst part of the bike, or is it the fueling? I've completely forgotten about the steering damper now, the damping, to be honest. Maybe I'm just used to it now, but I'm not thinking about it anymore. I did tell you about that side stand. Side stand is fucking useless, absolutely useless. I mean, it's pretty much 90 degrees. So I need to get that sorted out. And yeah, loads of USB ports and 12-volt ports and stuff like that. I've had a blast. I would love to try and push it more. I had a bit of as I said, I had a bit of slide earlier on the tyre. I mean, I'm kind of worn all the way to the edge now. There's plenty there. There's a couple of times I thought, you know, geez, was it going to get the hero tab down or that? I'm talking shite. Do you know what? I'm about 170 kilometers done now. Let me tell you, hold on. In your own time. I'm 174 kilometers done. And I think it's about 50 something more to Faliraki, where I'm going to drop this bike off. So, about 220 kilometers. That's decent enough to get a good feel of the bike. And anyway, I'm going to hit the road again. Chat you later. Loving the hair. Oh yeah. It's windy today. It's quite cold. About 19. Well, that says 24. It's wrong. Bye. Tell you what, the wind is taking a battering. The wind is battering the whole of me. Hampering me shenanigans. Hello, tourists. How is all? Welcome to Rhodes. It'll be your first time in Greece now, would it? Huh? Where? Oh, I'm getting past this fucker. Oh, you good thing. Oh, Jesus, no brakes. Oh, fucking power. Oh, you good thing. Oh, Jesus, no fucking brakes again. Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, where am I going here now? Oh, Jesus, the wind. Oh, fucking Christ, that wind. Oh, Jesus. God, oh, Jesus, the wind. Because this bike can handle. It's got a cracking engine. I mean, I'm enjoying this. I am being battered around the place by this wind. Whoa! Oh, sweet Jesus! I'm gonna land me hole by sliding on some feckin' twigs. I mean, fuel light keeps flashing at me. Oh, these brakes are shite. Oh, this is a cracking bike. It really is. And these are cracking roads. I just wish I knew where they were going. And so that, ladies and gentlemen, as they say, is that 225 kilometers. So that's at about 140 odd miles, 140, 150 odd miles. And me hole is okay. The hole is okay. Didn't need the heated hole warmer thing, didn't need it. It came off okay. My opinions on this bike have wavered somewhat. Bit of a roller coaster. But now, as the day is done, as the med behind me in Faliraki, it's a damn good bike. I really like it. Apart from those two flaws. There's two. First of all, the damping. I haven't actually thought about the damping in ages. Kind of completely forgot about it. So maybe I just got used to it, or maybe the engineers just know more about it than I do. And but now, having said that, I still would like an adjustable damper. Tighten it up a little bit for the city riding, but honestly, for the last few hours, I completely forgot about it. And hopefully you'll have seen from some of the footage, I was hooning around the place and it didn't affect me at all. So I'm going to leave, we'll leave the amber, we'll leave that onto the side, put that on the shelf. So, but it is the two major flaws. That is the fueling. I don't know what is the story with that. I don't know, is it a KTM issue? I don't know, is it CF Moto? Have they done something with their mapping? That's the issue. Maybe it's old fuel, or not old fuel, but bad fuel, because it's a brand new bike and they've just stuck in some cheap fuel. I don't know. Maybe the fact it just needs more running in. I don't know, but it shouldn't be like that. It impinged far too many times and it just got annoying. On a modern bike like this, it shouldn't have fueling issues like that. So there's definitely something wrong with the mapping there. But what has trounced it all is the brakes. I'm sorry, Juan, in Spain, your brakes are shite. I don't know what Brembo has seen in them, but hopefully Brembo sorts them out. Could be the pads, could be the master cylinder, I don't know, but they're crap. For the amount of performance that's in this bike, and let's not make no bones about it, the bike can hustle. Whether they have no intentions of ever selling it to someone who's going to treat it the way I did today, well, they should, because it will work. It will do that. I had a blast on this bike. The suspension is cracking. The engine is a monster. I wanted for nothing. The tires, apart from my little slide earlier on the day, but other than that, the tires were spot on. The suspension, as I said, was great. The engine was cracking. It was just let down by the brakes, followed then lower down by the mapping. The other bits and pieces, the electronics, I never got to test the cruise control. I don't know when I would ever use cruise control on a motorbike. If you saw the riding that I just did there today, I do that on pretty much every bike, whether it's my Panigale or whether it's my 71 Triumph Bonneville. You know, it's on, off, it's bends. I love the bends. To be sat upright, you know, with cruise control on, I have no idea. I'm sure there's plenty of people who that will appeal to. Rock on, it's there if you need it, fantastic. Heated seat and heated grips, fantastic. We love them. Heated grips are the best invention for motorbikes in the planet, bar none. So to have them installed there, fantastic. Another failing is that side stand. It's fucking dangerous. It's really badly designed. They need to sort that out. The screen does go up and down. Just remember, if you're doing it, both knobs, it's reverse on one side than the other. I've had it at its highest. It hasn't bothered me. It hasn't bothered me at all. Fit and finish, like the paint job looks really good. I did initially see this here earlier when I saw it last night, and it looks a bit orange peely, and I thought, God, that's a bit of a cheap paint, like, you know, paint job. It kind of actually looks like a wrap. And then I looked at it closer and saw that it was actually a wrap. It's just a sticker. Sorry. But other than that, it's grand, you know. As I said, some of the bolts, like the bolts on the calipers there, and some other engine bolts and the bolts holding the luggage rack, I can't see them holding out. I can't see them holding out. You know, they do look a bit cheap. Now I know it has to cut costs, you know, in places to get it for the price it's going for. But something that we need to keep an eye on. The other bits and pieces, the quick shifter. Oh yeah, so this linkage here, that is a lot of play there before it engages. And while the downshifting was great, the quick shifter was great, there's just too much play there. That could be sorted, that needs to be sorted out. Or I'd ideally like to get that sorted out. Is it a deal breaker for £2,500, £3,000 difference? No, of course not, but it's just something to be aware of. But if it was my bike, I'd junk the brakes. I don't know if a change of pads would be necessary. Braided lines, I don't know if that would improve things, but they are shite. And I'd fitted an adjustable steering damper, although as I said, I forgot about it after a while, and we need to get it mapped, sort out where that fueling is. So in that respect, spending extra £2,500, £3,000 sterling more for one of the other bikes, the GS 900, the Tiger 900, etc. No, it's, you know, you'd spend an extra 500 sorting out the brakes and the steering damper. But other than that, it's tremendous value for money, fantastic value for money in that respect. You're getting a hell of a lot of bike, which I had an absolute blast on. Forgetting about the fact that it's a Chinese bike. It's a quality motor. It's hard to believe this is a Chinese bike. Obviously, there's the political element on it. If that's you know, that will be impinging on people's brains, you know. But it's a Chinese bike, you know. Human rights issues and you know, supporting Russia, you know, but this is about the bike, no politics. I'm not talking politics at all. We're gonna have to leave politics out of this altogether. So with that in mind, CF Moto, I've really enjoyed myself on this bike today, despite the crap brakes and the crap engine mapping or the fuel mapping. I would ride this up the Wicklow Gap on a Sunday morning, no problem, when I get a bit more used to it, as into the tyres, and knowing that it's my bike and I'm not so paranoid about dropping it. But other than that, I'm talking crap, gibberish. I'm done and dusted. This has been Falaraki, Rhodes, and this has been me, Gary, talking absolute nonsense again. Like, share, subscribe, because that's what I hear YouTubers keep saying.